And we're recording. We're live. We're not actually live. But
That's a crazy way to start it. And we're recording.
And we're recording.
And we're recording.
That's it.
All
Hey,
right.
better than last week. I had to give a fucking PSA.
Yeah, you did have to give a PSA.
Why?
Our file corrupted, man. It was... Fuck. So we missed the first, 20 minutes.
It
But,
just starts in the middle of a story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they went to go pause it and the file got corrupted.
I'm so sorry.
No,
It was unfortunate.
fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, it was a good story.
It was a good story?
It was a good story.
At least
So-
you got most of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The two voices you're
Such
hearing,
an
we
adult
got...
conversation we just had there. That was
Fuck
crazy.
you. The two voices you're hearing, we got two new guest stars. Introduce yourself, guys.
No. That right there, right in front of me, the beautiful man. That
Let him introduce himself.
Come on, you remember.
I was
Come on.
told that Trevor was going to introduce us, so
You're
I was
introducing yourself.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
I got told. Fuck
I asked
you.
Trevor specifically to introduce me.
we went over this, so he knows what to do.
That is gooey Leo.
No, you.
No,
No, it was
Gooey fit.
gooey fit.
Gooey fit.
Gooey
Come
fit.
on.
Hey, we have to restart.
Gooey.
Okay.
All right, restarting pod in
Restart
3,
the
2,
pod.
1. Just kidding. Okay, we're still here.
All right. Gooey fit.
Gooey fit.
And Nate.
Back from the dead.
And Nate. There you go.
Wow. So
Back from the dead.
before we do anything, we're gonna have you guys do the celebratory sign the table because you're new guests.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
this is brilliant.
Yeah. So we'll
Just somewhere over
just
here.
anywhere, man.
anywhere.
Just figure it out. We got our biggest live audience as well.
Two people.
Two people.
We're going to have
Yeah.
a third, but he's
All right.
dealing with some stuff, I guess.
Stupid.
It was supposed to be our supervisor, our social,
Our social
media,
media
manager.
manager.
For
Yeah.
those of you who follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X.
Oh God.
Go follow us.
Go
follow
Piss
us.
Pit,
Piss
you know,
Pit.
we're
I
plugging.
have noticed you guys are starting to push that social media a little harder.
A little harder.
yeah.
A little harder.
You know it. So for those of you who are here that came from one of those, we still love you, but we love our OGs a little more. If you came from the start, I'm sorry.
That's
but
crazy.
Hey.
We love you all just the same.
fuck you.
We love you all just the same. Don't
No,
don't
I
listen
think
to my
Charlie's
partner
onto
in crime
something.
over there.
Partner in crime. I'm the partner in crime.
Yeah, we're both partners in crime.
Fuck you.
We're equal partners in crime.
All right, let me ask you guys a question.
No, we're gonna hash this out real quick.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
You're
excuse
good.
me.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
I just want to know, what is your guys' goal with this podcast, and where do you guys see it going?
That's actually a great question.
My
Holy
God,
shit.
you
Good
are.
question.
Wow.
I have came prepared.
So this
Questions
started.
for us.
I've briefly touched on this, but it was on I think it was before we got the nice mics and everything. So, a pretty shitty episode. This started
Because of the audio.
from me
The audio.
texting our forgotten third member, R.I.P. Solomon.
R.I.P. Solomon. Everybody, close your eyes, please.
No, you don't have to.
drink.
You can crack
drink,
it.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
cool.
Raise a drink up for him.
So I
Went out for Solomon.
Yeah.
It was
On the
just
table.
it was just a few months after my breakup, and I was really down bad. And you know, I've seen all those memes on Instagram.
Depressed? You mean depressed?
Real, yeah. I've seen all those memes on Instagram, like girls go to therapy, guys start a podcast. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you know, like, fuck it. Like, I texted him, I'm just like, hey, you want to start a podcast? And he's like, bet. So we just started this, and
Okay.
come week 2, Trevor started joining, and
And now
we
you're
just-
rolling.
and now we're rolling. I mean, it started as just for my own
A fun
mental
sanity.
just that
Just
forced,
that forced
social interaction,
Yeah.
dude.
That's insane.
But
Like other people start working out, you guys started recording a podcast.
yeah, and I mean, it's kind of gotten bigger than could have expected, and
We expected.
I'm impressed with the setup so far. Of what you guys have, this is a good setup. Are you gonna move to recording and live, like having different streams of podcasts?
Our goal right now is strictly the podcast, and then like merchandise maybe or something like that. Like we want to get more stuff on the walls, a different like room, obviously, like an actual like dedicated podcast room.
Yeah,
this is my brother's bedroom.
it works.
No
It
way.
works.
He doesn't live here anymore.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
great. It's great.
Hey, just saying, if you guys need merch, we know a couple guys.
Oh, do you? Oh, do you? Who?
Yeah, who could that be? Shout
Who could that
yourselves
be?
out.
Gooey Fit was once a thing.
Stay gooey.
Stay gooey.
Stay gooey,
Stay
guys.
gooey.
Our proud merch.
I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get there. But no, like we we've kind of just been thinking like, if this goes anywhere, we could really do something with this, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Like
Piss Pit would be a brand.
this would be a brand.
Something me and Daniel talked, because we've seen people. Not gonna call out names.
My name is Daniel, by the way. I didn't. My name is not Gooey Fit.
Nah, man.
we've seen-
It's good fit.
Not to call out names, but we've seen people try to do podcasts, and it's like you know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I want a name.
Our sister podcast. Is that what we're talking about?
What?
I think if that is what we're talking about, I think
You
they're
know what
done.
we're talking about.
I think they're done.
Nah, they
They're
just
done?
posted something actually.
Oh,
Recently.
did they?
But-
Yeah.
Point is we were saying if you're gonna do something, you just have to go in it and do it. Especially with the podcast realm of it being so competitive and such a high volume thing, you just have to go into it. Like the mics, sound quality, good guests,
Yeah,
good
like
conversation.
The biggest thing we're thinking about is just like production. Is
Production.
how to make it seem more professional but still laid back.
100%.
Yeah, it's better that you guys are just not shooting video than having like one still iPhone that's kind of awkwardly far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys wait,
What are you talking about?
Wait.
I
wait and get some like an A and B cam and like
That's our goal. We actually had an official Piss Pit meeting
We had a meeting earlier today.
in my office.
We were gonna
the
record.
Briar's living room is like
Yeah, the little corner. That's that little
the
corner.
poker table.
No, it was right next to my monitor.
We were gonna record this episode, but I was like, dude, it's gonna look like shit. Like we want to do an A/B cam, but like if you because you'll see the other camera because when it cuts and
That's
if it's
when
just
you
propped
get-
up on some fucking shoe boxes, like
Yeah.
we need some tripods.
That's when
and-
you invest in that when you get the room and you have a little better
Yeah.
idea of what's going on.
exactly.
Maybe
But-
change the seating a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard. It would be hard to film like a Knights of the Round Table podcast without having the cameras in there.
No, for sure. So we're just kind of on those like basic, kind of probably what every podcast goes through is, you know, okay, we got the mics, we got table, we got some soundproofing bullshit. Like
Yeah.
I hear you.
now it's
I
time
love
to
it
go.
though. You guys are doing great so far.
Yeah,
I
we didn't.
admire
Even,
you.
and our goal was not to immediately go into the camera thing, like some other people.
Look at that, dude.
Not to call out names.
Not to call out names. But it was a goal that I've been preaching for a while, and I think would be really cool. And then, like, to go back more on the whole like what we want. Like the biggest thing is I wanted like we go on trips like me and him, and we'd like travel with us and shit. You know, like shit like that. Like a big thing I want this too is to start my like I want to make music, so. It is a cool way to start that, you know, like just
Yeah, get your foot in the door. Get your
there.
foot in the door, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have my own personal goals. I don't know about Charlie, but
That's a good way to look at it. I think Charlie's. It seems like you're very focused on this podcast.
This has been the greatest thing for me in the past 2-3 years, man.
what
honestly.
happened 2-3 years ago?
I just mean like my
It just gives you
What?
something to do, like really put your efforts to.
exactly just my mental sanity is just at an all-time high.
We
And
look forward to
Bro.
every week.
Bro, like just having something that you want to be better at and work towards is huge.
Huge.
Because a lot of people, they just work, they smoke, they don't do anything. All right, they're not in the room.
Well, where did they
But
go?
like, that's a big reason why I
Guys, I
enjoy the
gotta
gym.
fix the mic here.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
okay.
oh,
I muted you. You're good now.
That's a big reason why like I enjoy the gym so much and why I was so big on content creation with that. Like I had my YouTube, I had my TikTok, I was blasting all that because of the mental thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just sitting around, I mean, other than work, depending on what your job is, it's hard to not get down on yourself sometimes.
100%.
Especially like in your case, you had just gone through that breakup or whatever. So I think like whatever it is that you have to take your mind off that to
Exactly.
improve yourself, it's fantastic. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
thank you for supporting it. While
I
here.
love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. Like, yeah, and with we were talking about this. We went snowboarding today, and we talked about this a little bit. Is when you have a full-time job and you just working on these hours, it's hard to do anything besides that job. Besides
100%.
go to work, come home, eat, and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And so to like just force yourself to make time and put your efforts in something is just great for your mental health overall.
It's just that forced social interaction.
Like I said,
It goes
like,
back to that.
my biggest thing is that I didn't want to just work all my life. Like it's always been my goal.
Me too.
It's
Yeah.
like I don't want to just like what you said.
Not
just
9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to 5,
5
wake
days
up,
a week.
work.
White picket fence. Wife and 2 kids.
Which, I
fucking
mean, like,
American dream.
Now with that, I have something to say. I believe you should go through that first. I don't believe you should always start out the gate. I'm not going to work a 9 to 5. I think you should go through that.
You should
to
definitely
build
have your time where you are just working.
Yes.
Working and whatever. But that's not how I want to live my whole life.
No.
Yes.
That's not something to strive for.
Yeah.
That's just a learning block you should experience.
It builds humility, character into you.
Say humility
word.
again.
Oh,
Say it
humility.
Good word.
Like all these people who like post TikToks and then they got super famous and never had that oh my god, it was who's that? Fuck. Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah.
Went and worked a fucking like Walmart job for fun. She's like, oh, that's such a good time. Like some people live off that, dude.
Yeah.
And like I don't understand the big thing with celebrities and working everyday jobs, like Raising Cane's. Like why the fuck was Travis Kelce working at Raising Cane's? Like that makes no fucking sense.
Dude, because that's foreign to them. That's
It's a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
publicity stunt, yes, but still, like,
And that's just that, and then that's some people's lives. It's just that's what they depend on.
which I just, fucking,
Yeah. Having all that like money and fame without the hardships kills people.
100%.
Kills people.
It's insane.
And at least for like people like us, like it disassociates from those like celebrities, but the celebrities that have worked hard and then now they're famous, you're like, oh well, like I love them, but also their past is fucking cool. Like I can understand them, and
You know where they came
can relate
from.
with
Yeah.
them.
The best people went through horrible shit.
yeah,
All of them.
Horrible shit. But that's how you build the character.
except for The Rock.
What?
Who is that guy?
Dude, do you have
Where did he
beef
come
with
from?
Dwayne-
Dude? He's always just
Dwayne The
been
Rock Johnson?
The Rock.
He
started as a wrestler.
Yeah,
No,
WWE.
The thing is that he sucks his dick so much. He sucks his
It's
own
probably
dick
pretty big,
all
though.
the time. It probably is. But like, did you guys see the whole thing where he went to In-N-Out and he's like, "I love the whole, oh my god, it's The Rock impressions, ha 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 ha," in his fucking Instagram DM.
Yeah.
Like
The Rock, dude, he's something else.
he is something else.
The Rock is probably one of the biggest household celebrity names.
You say Dwayne The Rock Johnson to a little Indonesian kid, and he
Everyone
will say it in
knows.
perfect English. He'll
Everyone knows.
be like, "Oh, Dwayne The Rock
His
Johnson."
accent changes.
Well, he is like the highest paid Hollywood actor
He
ever.
is, he is.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
No shot.
And
Don't
when
that
Well, he's
fucking-
in every other movie.
Check. Can we check
and he's
that?
not even a good. He's not even a good fucking actor.
he's not, you know
He's
who's
really not.
you know who's a better wrestler actor? John Cena.
Logan Paul.
Logan
John
Paul.
Cena is not a good actor.
Logan Paul.
Did you watch Peacemaker?
No.
Okay,
you-
then shut the fuck up.
Have you seen that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are fighting? Or
Yeah.
what's up
Yeah.
with that?
It's so. It's. I mean, it's just fucking
that?
rigged bullshit. I mean,
Yeah, it's just for money.
And here's what's gonna happen.
Guys,
Is-
real quick, the highest paid Hollywood actor is Adam Sandler.
oh shit.
No way.
Just watched the movie last
That-
night.
Adam Sandler, and then Margot Robbie, and then Tom Cruise.
Really?
Well, I'm wrong.
There's a new
Sue
movie
me.
that's on Netflix.
Dude,
it's
yeah,
called
no,
Spaceman.
Sue Charlie. His address is.
Fuck you! Don't
watch it.
dox me.
Is that a plug?
I watched it last
You've
night.
made
I
the
What
watched
did
it
you
last
just?
night.
What did you just plug?
Adam Sandler movie.
Which one?
It's a new movie on Netflix. It just came out. It's called
Is it called
Spaceman.
Spaceman. I've
Yeah.
been wanting to see that so badly.
It's kind. It was weird at first. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it was actually pretty deep,
Okay.
and it was pretty good.
I
Bro, watch
like
the
it
movie.
when Adam Sandler does serious movies.
So,
I love that, like Uncut Gems. So good.
Uncut Gems is an incredible
So
movie.
good. He's
And
such a
gotta
good
see
serious
that.
actor.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
For anyone who hasn't seen Leo, this
Oh my God.
dude, it's a children's movie and it's a musical. Like it's it's your fucking bullshit singing through the day, fucking. But Adam Sandler plays as a gecko or a lizard or some shit, and he's the class pet for fifth
Yeah,
grade
I was
class,
trying to
and it's
remember.
just crazy, just coming of age story.
I'm assuming this is animated.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes,
Okay.
Live action.
I was
Live action.
imagining
Action.
Adam Sandler like in a motion capture gecko outfit.
No,
but
but it gets like really deep.
It gets super deep. He
really
goes to
deep.
all the kids' houses, and they all learn that he can talk, and he gives them life lessons just through the adult world and growing up. And it's honestly, it's really fucking
Love a good
emotional.
message, man.
It's
Dude,
really
no, it's
good.
a good message. Really good message for the younger audience. I will be showing my kids this movie.
Let's talk about that.
What? Huh?
Your
You want
kids.
kids, huh?
No, not right now. Not right now.
Well, no.
Obviously. But I mean, it would be cool to have like a kid and a
one?
dog.
What
Kid
did you
and a
say?
dog.
A kid and a dog?
A kid, comma, and or nope.
A kid and a dog.
a kid. No, I think. Yeah, I would love to have kids. Up in the mountain today, because you see little kids, 4 and 5, just shredding away. I would.
Holy shit!
Holy
Our
shit.
supervisor's here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Holy
we do the
shit.
job.
That's
we have
crazy.
Charlie Crawford, the
That was sick. Crawford just showed
social
up.
media
Let's put that
manager.
ponytail
showed
back
up.
up.
Our social media
Yeah, here's a little
manager.
long. I don't know if
But speaking of the kids, actually, I just had this conversation with one of our live audience members over there. Our world, I'm not like super ecstatic about the American dream, white picket fence, kids growing up and everything.
You hate fences.
I mean, I hate
White picket fences. Fences? Fentanyl?
He's
fentanyl.
drunk.
drugs.
Drugs.
And I'm just not super ecstatic about that life. And I think it'd be cool to have kids. Don't get me wrong. I think it'd be super awesome to just raise a person and see them slowly turn into you. But
It's like that
it's not-
episode of SpongeBob where Gary gets the arms and the legs of SpongeBob.
no, it's
not all like that.
No, that was such a little kid message. I'm telling
Time
you.
to stop.
No,
I think you went the wrong way with that one.
I'm not like super into it. Like, yes, I want kids. Yes. Like, so our world is already so overpopulated that I feel like I should save that for the people who are like, yes, I want kids when I'm older. I'm gonna get married
Yeah.
and have kids, and
Yeah.
I don't want to add to that overpopulation when I'm just like, I could
I mean,
go either way.
I get that.
yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna be 100% there for your kids, then don't have kids.
100%,
I feel like that's
yeah.
something we could all probably agree on.
Well, like the biggest thing, the reason why I want kids too is just because of my father, pretty much. Like I want to give a kid what I did not get. So
Yeah.
I feel like as an obligation, I need to have a kid to
That's a beautiful-
give that to him.
I think
Beautiful metaphor.
I think
Thank you.
kids are great.
Kids are great. They're
I think
annoying.
kids are great,
oh,
too.
they're terrible, but they're great.
And-
I just always think about. Don't look. Don't. I just always think about like. I mean, when you're 80, on your deathbed, and you hated white picket fences your whole life, and you didn't want to add to the
Specifically,
overpopulation.
those fences.
Who do you have?
I get that.
Fuck, dude. What the hell?
That's sorry.
Wow.
I just got. Wow.
We need a break for a second.
I mean, I don't know how long this will last, like the podcast, but going deeper into that, I just had a super deep conversation with Trevor about this, actually.
Save it for the pod. What do you mean we're having conversations?
Yeah. What?
I just what are the words I'm looking for? So like right when me and my ex broke up, I was like back on Tinder and not specifically looking for a relationship, but I wouldn't have like turned one down if it happened, but like just going out looking for a girl, blah blah blah. And as of the start of this year, I was able to get back into the group and hang out with the guys again, and I spend almost all my free time at the house and hanging out with everyone, and it's I'm not ready to give that up, and
Yeah.
I'd like that to last. Like I actually just had a conversation with a girl about this too, because
Bro's having all the
I'm having
conversations.
all the
Bro's
conversations.
just not
Dude,
saving
Bro's
time
not
for the
saving
podcast.
anything for the podcast.
So I just said like I couldn't see myself moving away from this group. If this group is staying here, I feel like that's where I'll
Well,
be. Like
most,
this is
most of
what
us
I
have been here
want.
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't plan on changing.
I feel like for my whole life I'll be within an hour of everyone sitting in this room. You know, like
Yeah.
this is my happiness. This is my
So-
source of serotonin.
It sounds like you want to be in a position where you're ready for kids.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think there's a time that you're ready for a kid.
You could never really
yeah.
be ready
You can
for
never
a
be
kid.
fully ready. You can never have enough money. You can never be in the best position possible. It's just, if it happens, it happens, and essentially you just make do.
Yeah.
but I don't think having a kid right now, obviously, let's not have kids.
Yeah.
Like, now's probably not one
No,
of
it's
the best
not.
times.
We're still
But
living our lives.
Five, 7, 8 years, you know, and you happen to knock up a girl, I don't think it's ruining your life.
For sure. I'm not saying it would ruin my life. Maybe 5 to 7 years I'm ready. But like I see these people, like just two adults, a couple that has just grown together without kids, and they don't work some crazy fancy 200K salary job, but they're fucking loaded. They have a crazy nice house, crazy nice cars. That's just because they never had kids.
And they're happy. They're happy.
Yeah.
A lot of people also like to think that to fix a marriage or to fix a relationship, you have a baby. That's a way that you will bring that family together. But that's not how that works.
That's a bad spot to be in.
That's a bad spot to be in, and there's it happens a lot, very very much.
Isn't it like 50% of marriages end in divorce?
Yes, I think
that's fucking crazy.
You want to fact check that for us?
I know for women.
Hey, Monday.
Lesbians,
Dude.
70% of those marriages end in divorce.
Lesbians?
Yeah.
I heard gay marriages, they're very happy.
They're rough.
I've heard they're very they're rough.
That's why 70% of them end in divorce.
Alright, I'm just kidding.
Dude, that was
Yeah.
that was hot. Whoa.
Piss Pit ASMR coming soon.
Yeah, it's just a whole ASMR episode.
I'll participate.
Nate's our main production leader there.
Smart guy.
I don't know.
Crazy.
So recently, me and my friend Devin, we all know Devin, bought tickets to go see a band in Vegas. I'm not gonna be 21, but I feel like allegedly. I'm not gonna be 21 allegedly, but I'm really excited to go to Vegas. And I was wondering if you guys we're gonna road trip there. We're gonna road trip. Yeah, we're gonna road trip because he lives in allegedly California.
What are you talking about?
Does he live
Because
in California?
We can't dox him.
Yeah, no, it's parentheses it's like
Shut
maybe.
up.
Kill
Maybe
yourself.
he lives in
You can't say
California.
allegedly California.
All right, someone sub in for Daniel.
We got 3 subs online.
But we're gonna road trip there. And I haven't had any crazy road trip stories, but I was wondering if you guys had any
Of
interesting.
course I do. Of course
You do.
Stop.
But you guys got any interesting road trip stories?
So
Somebody want to fly out?
here we go. Here we go. I asked for 5 days off of work to go to a road trip to Utah, Salt Lake City for
Salt
a
Lake
wedding.
City.
For a wedding.
Well, the Mormons live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just thought I'd throw in that fact.
So me, Kay, and Michael are the ones going. And the fastest way there is taking, the pass 410 into Idaho and then down into Utah. But we wanted to see my brother, so we went south, allegedly.
Stop, please.
We're just doing it because you're here now.
We took I-5 and went
always
south, and saw him. And then, so it was like 9 hours.
Wow,
Dude,
mid-sentence.
Mid-sentence is
Mid-sentence.
nuts.
It was like 9 hours of driving for
Crawford,
the
get a
first
photo
day.
of that. Hold up. Reenact that.
No. So we did 3-hour shifts. And everything was fine and dandy. It was during the summer, except for when we were on the border of Oregon and Washington. I forget what that river is, but there's a highway on the Oregon side that goes
Allegedly,
right across.
Washington and Oregon.
Yeah, right down
I'm
the
gonna
river.
scalp you.
It was like 102 out that day, and we're cruising at like 80 with the AC blasting, and my automatic transmission oil temp light goes on, and we're just like, fuck.
It's over.
It's over. So
It's done.
I look at my handbook, see what it says, see how to fix what you need to do.
While
and
you're
everything.
driving, you're reading.
No, I was off my shift. I took first shift.
Okay.
So
What?
we just got into the right lane and started cruising at 60, and we were fine. And it turns off. We go back to 80. It turns back on. We're just like shit. So we were stopping at a family friend's house in Idaho to spend the night to get to Utah the next day. And we leave the next morning. The light's still on. So while we're like, it's like a 5-hour drive down to Salt Lake City, and probably an hour away from Salt Lake City, the light comes back on, and I call. There's one Subaru dealership in Salt Lake City, and I call them and I'm like, hey, I need my car serviced. The oil temp light is on. Help us out. And they're like, we don't have any openings for the next week except for 2:00 today. And we're supposed to get in Salt Lake City at 2. I'm like, okay, we'll take it. Like, or we're gonna get stranded.
Dude, it's like a new objective unlocked above you. Get to Salt Lake City in like an hour.
The wedding also started at 2. So,
of course.
Of course.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it started at 2.
So we get my car to the dealership, drop it off, and we Uber to the wedding. We're like 45 minutes late. It's 95 out. I'm in a full suit and tie, just dying. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun. The wedding was great. It was really beautiful. Great time. We Uber back to the Airbnb we were staying at, and they told me my car would be ready around 9, 10 a.m. the next day. And the Airbnb kicks you out at 11. Okay. So I woke up early. We were only like 2-3 blocks away from the Subaru dealership, which was nice.
Not bad at all.
So I wake up early, walked over there, and they said it's going to be a little bit. We're behind schedule. So we pack up our shit and we leave the Airbnb because we get kicked out at 11, and we're just homeless in Utah, in Salt Lake City, for 2 hours. We're just walking around with all of our luggage and backpacks and everything. Just
bro got a taste. Bro got a taste of what it's like.
Bro got a sneak peek.
Did a Mormon ever come up and be like, hello?
So
like a book.
The whole time I'm texting.
It's because he's in Utah.
I'm just disregarding what he's saying.
Go fuck yourself.
The whole time I'm like texting my boss at work, like, hey, I might not be able to make it by Saturday. You know, my car broke down. Blah 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 blah. Like. And they're flipping out because I was supposed to work like a 12-hour shift that day, and like who's gonna cover? Who's gonna cover?
Dude, I remember them talking to me. They're like, "Hey, do you want to cover it?" And I'm like, "No, that's Charlie's fault." I didn't know what was happening, but I was like, "Nah."
So we finally got my car, and we were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's be a day late. Let's just have a good time. Let's enjoy ourselves. So we met up with the bride and groom and went to the mall. And we were just there's a really cool mall there, like around this creek, and just we were shopping, and I was trying to meet some pretty Mormon girls, and it was a really fun time. And then we went to this little ski town and everything, and I again texting my boss throughout the day, and I was just like, okay, I need to get back. Like I gotta get to this ship. They need me. So we drive 10 hours, and we get to like Western Idaho, and we stay in this Airbnb, and it was like an extra $300 I didn't plan on spending. And then we drive another 10 hours the next day, and we made it back for my shift, and it was just crazy whirlwind of emotions, and all for a fucking wedding.
Yeah. Who was getting, like, was this like family?
It was Kay's cousin.
I remember this.
So
I remember this.
Yeah. I was on the phone because I was trying to find a list.
I was about to say, why are you on the phone?
Of a list of the biggest malls, hoping that it would be on like one of the lists, but it's not. It's not on the list. I was gonna be like, oh, the 20th largest mall in America,
but it's like right in Salt Lake City, and it's built around this creek that they wanted to preserve. That's been around like forever. So
how do you know that?
Because the person who lives in Utah told me.
Oh, it was like a assisted tour.
The Mormon told them.
Thank you. You get it. The Mormons.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's fair. Has anybody here been to Vegas?
Okay, let me. This ties in like 3 ways. So
like 3 ways. Hey. He's not here.
Can I say his name?
No.
So, what is he? I?
Sure.
Z. He's
Z.
He's gesturing Z.
He's just Z.
He's Z.
Big Z.
Okay.
Big Z.
So,
Big Z.
Big Z.
I mean, it's not too much of a story, but this is just literally the only road trip I've been on.
Okay.
And it was with Z and K. But we drove from allegedly Washington, in parentheses, Washington, to...
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like
you.
it? You want to?
Continue.
Okay, so we drove to Arizona. Straight shot to Arizona. It was like, I don't even know. How long was the drive?
Probably a 20-hour road trip, right?
24,
Yeah.
like, it was fat. and we stopped through Las Vegas, like
Really?
midnight.
Did you guys actually
One.
go? I remember you saying you saw Las Vegas from a point you stopped at.
Yeah,
But you guys you went through,
bro.
huh?
we went there, parked in some random parking garage, and just wandered around Las Vegas. Everything was closed. It's 12 a.m. 12 a.m.
Oh my god, thank you. Can
Oh,
I say your
dude.
name?
Yeah,
He's been on the back.
Alex brought us water, and I appreciate him so much. Thank you.
We love having a live audience.
Thanks,
Holy
Alex.
shit.
Yeah, let's keep him
No,
around.
you're getting touched tonight.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm
12
just being honest.
12 a.m. in Las Vegas, and it's like 100 degrees.
That's so real. When did you guys go? Like, what time of the year?
June, mid-June.
Okay, yeah.
That was
like that.
summertime, huh?
Yeah, it was one
You
of
know
those
where I
times.
really want to go?
Yeah.
Valley of Death.
Yeah?
Or
What?
Death Valley. Death
Where's
Valley. It's
that?
called Death Valley. That's around.
That's Arizona?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the hottest place on the earth.
Yeah. What is it at right now? Hold
On
on.
the
I have it on my.
Yeah.
I have
You
it on my-
don't want to go
It's like
there.
it's like 125
do.
degrees.
You're just saying that.
No,
Earth,
I
huh?
was so close to Death Valley. Hold up.
Okay, continue.
Oh, but it's just funny because
Oh, it's pretty cold there.
well, so we went
Pretty
to
cool
Las
there.
Vegas, and then again it was like 12 or 1, and we're in this parking garage. We can't get a hotel because I don't know why we couldn't get a hotel, but we didn't. And then we slept in the car in the parking garage till like I don't even know. What time did we leave? 5 or 6? 2. Okay, we took the smallest nap ever
Guys, he doesn't remember
in
this
the
story.
parking garage.
Bro did not sleep.
And then all I remember is sleeping in the parking garage, waking up, looking out the window, seeing desert and cactuses, and we had arrived. That's all. That's all I remember.
That's awesome.
So,
But on the
so
way
you
back-
slept.
Yeah, I slept pretty well. But on the way back, going back from Arizona to Washington, we stayed at his cousin's house in Utah.
We'll have to cut that out.
Kay's cousin's house in Utah.
He already fucked up, but
That was so fluid. That just coming right out. You didn't even think
Yeah.
about it. You didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Crawford
My
did it
fault.
like 4
we,
times last
we have
week.
to give you something to do after this.
Yeah, you gotta edit
Making your
something.
job hard.
32 minutes. Remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
32 minutes.
Yeah, 32.
Clap.
That's my cue.
And roll.
What else did we want to talk about? I did not share
That is the
document.
worst thing you could fucking say.
You don't really ask the question,
Yeah.
what do we
No,
want
I
to talk
do.
about?
No,
on the
this is
podcast?
a laid back podcast. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
It seems like you do give a fuck.
Just
I
be
do.
professional.
Be professional. Okay.
We could talk
Car stickers. Car stickers.
Like bumper stickers.
Like bumper stickers and shit
like the
like
ones
that.
that say new driver be patient.
Yeah, so but while we were driving here actually, there was this guy, some stupid fucking minivan.
Oh,
Or something
fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Oh my
He had a
God.
sticker on the back that says "Kiss my," and it had a 4-leaf clover.
Clover?
Alex deciphered and said that it was "Kiss my lucky ass." Right? You know,
Okay.
because
okay.
makes sense.
He's funny.
He's he's a funny guy. But he turns on his like hazards, which are like police lights on the back of his car.
He had straight up police lights.
Straight up police lights, but they were hazard lights.
But
And
they
he,
were
like,
fucking pink and orange.
yeah, but he like pulled off and whatever. But that just reminded me. I was like, dude, I hate bumper stickers. The ones that are like mother of 4 and it has like your entire family. You can just read the back of someone's
Your
car.
fucking
And know,
stick family.
yeah, my mom has that.
Yeah, I know.
My mom has that, and I
Yeah.
hate it so much. Back when I used to drive her car around, you would know my entire family.
Dude.
I hate when I see a nice car ruined by stickers.
Dude, yeah.
Just-
Just sticker bombed. the
Just
fuck
sticker
out.
bombed, and it's like, why do you feel the need to do that?
Like it was a good car, and you ruined it.
You put some.
You're not personalizing it. You're ruining it.
I love my dog sticker on it. It's okay.
I love to bone.
Yeah, we don't need that.
when
to know
I
that.
when I used to work at the Rainier, there was a I was out back doing my thing, break room, and I heard a car crash out on the road, and I walked out there, and this guy was driving a fucking lifted like '04 Toyota Tacoma.
Dude,
fucking
no, fuck that guy.
Across his back windshield, it
I
said
hate
"fuck
him.
Biden." And like across his front windshield, it says Trump 2024. He's got like the 2 American flags. I'm just like, that's so just our town core.
Nah, that is so patriotic. That is living. No, we used to have a bartender. Oh fuck! What did it say on the back? It said it didn't say like fuck Biden or something.
It said "fuck Biden."
Did it just say fuck Biden?
I think
But
it did.
She also had a Trump flag,
Yeah.
And one day it got removed unexpectedly. She walked in, she's freaking out. She's like,
No, I think the one, or she had a sticker that also got removed that said like liberals are pussies.
yeah,
or some
something
shit
like that. And
Fuck,
dude,
our fucking
Our social media manager has just ruined the
hey,
podcast.
but she was like freaking out.
Oh my god! Everything's going to shit. I muted you. You know,
For everybody wondering, Nate's whole mic just fucking fell. Whole arm just fell right off.
somehow that's Crawford's fault.
And Tyler Lockett just agreed to a 2-year deal with the Seahawks.
Do you see that he
And?
Hey, Quandre and Jamal got
Dude.
released.
Dude, you cannot.
You cannot talk
right
right now. you have been muted.
Subject.
You sound like a live audience member right now.
It's almost fixed.
Oh my god, that's awful. Okay, he's back, guys. He's back.
And
Welcome back.
Do you want to talk about that?
so
real quick?
Quandre and Jamal just got cut off.
Yeah, can you fix that shit?
I muted you again because that
Yes,
sound was horrible.
Jamal Adams was released by the Seahawks.
Let's
It was pretty
fucking
crazy.
go.
Yeah.
He was horrible.
He was
terrible.
horrible.
He was
He
terrible.
didn't do. All he would do was play 3 snaps and then get hurt.
Well, he got his bag and he ran with it. That was his whole plan.
That was his whole plan.
And they're doing contract negotiations with Leonard Williams right now too. They're
Really?
Yeah, they're trying to get him back, which would be a dub. That'd be
It would
sick.
dub. Anyways, back to my whole story of the flag being stolen.
Yeah.
This is an old bartender. I love her. Still love her to this day.
Very interesting woman.
Very interesting woman and a very, very conservative. Very, very conservative.
Clearly.
Like hardcore. Holy shit! Like you have a conversation with her and it'd be cool, and then all of a sudden she'd be like, "Do you know about the Illuminati?
Yeah.
They're controlling the government?" And I'm like, "Oh yes, obviously." Like because me and Charlie went through our phase where we had the Monument Mythos, and I don't know
That's for
what,
another
that's
episode.
for another episode, but I don't know why in my wildest mind I thought I could bring it up to her without having at least an hour conversation about it. I was gonna bring it up so casually, like, "Oh, I heard about this," like,
What is
like-
that? What I don't. I have no idea what this is. Well, give me a quick
Dude.
rundown.
It's just okay. Just very
No, no, no.
briefly. Very
Shut
briefly.
up. You're
it is
not a
just-
part of
You're
this.
not a
It's,
part of the
it's an
podcast.
alternate reality where James Dean is the president. There's giant meatballs in the Grand Canyon.
They're
there's
called canyon
fucking
crowns.
There's sphinxes on the moon.
Which
It's-
no
it's-
Mars, and it was called false.
There's
'cause it was
there's
James Dean
creatures at
propaganda.
all of the monuments, like the fucking Capitol building and all that shit.
And they
that-
all end up being parts of George Washington, who's inside the Earth as an egg.
Yeah, it's
What?
It's fucking.
Is this like a conspiracy
yeah,
theory?
yeah,
or
it's a conspiracy.
Kind of like
I've
a
heard
conspiracy
this.
theory, all just kind
you
of
have
like a
not
mini.
heard this.
If you
I've
you
heard
ever
it, and then I'm like, this is stupid.
if
and
you're
I
ever
just-
interested, there's like three hour long videos on YouTube that explain the whole thing.
by Wedding Goo.
I don't know if I'm that interested.
It's fucking
you
stupid.
wouldn't be,
It's really
trust me.
fucking.
It's really dumb, but
It's a giant crab in the
Right
sewers
up.
or some shit. Anyways,
But so I brought that up to her, but she's just really crazy. Love her. So she's not there anymore, and one of my coworkers, who I love so dearly, came up to me and said, "Hey, blah 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 blah, her flag." I was like, "Yeah," like she like ranted about that for like months. She's like, "I stole it and burned it."
What?
Oh, okay.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
No, exactly. I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah." Then I threw it on her car.
What?
like all the ashes on top, and I was like, "Dude."
Who was
Yeah.
this? Like just another person. that
Another
worked there?
coworker.
Another coworker.
Yeah.
I will obviously not be saying names for that,
Yeah, that's fine.
but
That's arson.
it's arson. But yeah, no, I was like, damn, God, I love you. You are the best person on earth.
Speaking of arson,
Ooh.
allegedly, this is
Can we move away from that word?
this
No, we're definitely using that word for this one.
this may or may
Can we
not have
title the
happened.
podcast allegedly?
That was last
That was
episode.
last week. Sorry.
That was the last episode.
Are you? Okay, fine. That's fine. You know,
We could do allegedly number 2 or 2 weeks in a row.
no.
Allegedly part 2 with different people.
Okay, so allegedly, this may or may not have happened. This was back in our hoodlum days. Probably 16, 17 years old. When we used to longboard and whatnot. I don't
Be
remember.
little delinquent teen.
I don't remember the whole group, and I'm glad I don't because I don't want to even tease who was there because this is a horrible thing that we may or may not have done. So You guys know the fourth.
Where are you? I think I might know.
You guys know the bike path right in town on the just next to the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, have you ever been down that path?
Mm-hmm.
So you know how it leads to that like old abandoned bridge, and then it kicks out on that back road.
No.
Okay, so if you go way down the path, there's
We had you all the way up until then.
if you go all the way down the path, it leads to this abandoned bridge that connects to a different road, and they're actually doing construction on it still to this day. They're connecting this path across the river over to the Buckley path.
I saw that bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Which is crazy.
yeah, it's going to be a trail all the way from here to Puyallup.
Did you hear why they're building it?
No.
So they're building it. It's for EMS access and pedestrian only, but they're also building it so they can have trail access, and they can get rid of the trail that's behind Blue Max Meats and take that out and put apartments there.
That's crazy.
Really?
So that's a big reason why they're building that bridge, is so they can keep that trail access and people won't get too mad. Which people are still mad because that bridge traffic's horrible.
Yeah.
They're not taking control of that.
Yeah, no, that is terrible.
But that it's for EMS and pedestrian, just so they can rip that out, and then they're putting a McDonald's next to
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Dude,
Which just got approved.
So we
have
need more McDonald's.
More
and
McDonald's.
But I don't know. They just built those apartments that are like, a minute down from Wally's.
Yeah.
So
Anyways, so it's not that bridge. It's not the bridge going over.
So shut the fuck up. It's not what we're talking about.
forget what I said.
It's not the bridge
So
going
everything
over.
you just said, go fuck.
Throw it out the window.
It's not the bridge
cut
going
that part
over
out.
the White River. It's there's a just a little bridge going over a little creek that connects to the White River. So a little bit closer to us.
Okay.
And this bridge was abandoned forever. I had gone there forever to just smoke or whatever with friends, and they started doing construction on it. But
Okay.
they left it completely open. There was like one chain link fence that you didn't even have to hop. You just had to go around it. So we'd go there and hang out and just be absolute menaces to society. Like the construction workers, they left their shit there. So we'd throw their shit off the bridge into the creek. And just random
What?
shit like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just,
we threw like signs.
like signs and
As
sewer
an avid
grates.
construction worker, I hate you.
Yeah, this was before I was a construction worker too, so I hate myself.
I'm not one, so fuck you guys. I do it again.
Trevor
Anyway,
would still do
You
it.
have
I do
soft
it.
hands.
No, I'm a cook, man.
anyways, there was one day that
He's
we
got
were
warm
there,
hands.
and they had left a gas can there, a full gas can. Yeah,
I have photos from this.
so
Allegedly.
this was this. It was very late at night, like midnight, and we were just hanging out, smoking weed. So we always had a lighter on us. We see
Was this allegedly in 2019?
I don't know. Anyways, we see this gas can and we're like, bet. So like
I did find this.
we started by just like
Get that away.
we
I'm not
write
gonna
we
talk
wrote
about
like a
that.
little message out of gas and then lit it on fire, and it was just like it just said like shit or something, like something stupid that some 17-year-old kid would write.
Okay.
And then we were like, you know what? There's still a lot of gas left. And we just fucking pour out the whole can on the bridge.
That's awful.
And then we lit it on fire.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, that's awful.
That didn't happen.
Wow.
Was it 2019?
By the way, it is 6:43. We're not done
I'm having a great time.
recording.
I'm chilling.
Okay,
We're
cool.
not
That
bugging
is
on
so
time.
glad
But
to hear.
We can
God.
we can be a little late.
We can be a little late.
Cool,
I'm
cool.
going to take a piss break though.
I
Okay,
was
for
about
sure.
to and continue to look. But I'll look here. Hey, guys.
We don't need the
So
pictures.
were you
No, I wanna
going with
find
that?
them 'cause
Why
they're
did you
really
just
cool.
confess to like
Because
so many crimes?
We mentioned arson.
Oh yeah.
Alleged.
Our social media manager's here.
I was allegedly also there. that
Dude,
night,
what?
I was proudly unallegedly not there.
yeah, this is when there was like the pussies of the group still. There was like a huge divide.
Yeah. there's-
Oh, yeah.
It was like the good kids and the
squares
bad kids.
versus
What were you doing
the
last night?
juggies.
I was researching the pod.
Why didn't you come boarding with us today, huh?
I needed money,
Bro was working.
and y'all are slow as fuck.
Bullshit. You should have seen me today.
I found this.
You should have seen me. I was carving S's like it was.
Me and Charlie went. What was that? That was like
All right.
right before COVID hit, when we would hang out in your room. And fuck, why? It was when We took all those, like, it was like when we figured out that you could do the sticker things, and we'd all like
Yeah, we
like 7 of us.
yeah we'd take a bunch of pictures and then crop ourselves out of them and put them all into one picture. So there was like 8 of us in one picture. It was fun.
I heard we were talking about
I
snowboarding.
remember that. You would
Yeah.
always post those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
Oh, those were good.
They're iconic photos.
I miss those so much. Those were the good days.
Yeah.
You know when they say, I'm gonna quote The Office. You don't know you're in the good days until the good days. I don't know.
That
that's
might
not
be the
quote.
most overquoted quote of all time.
But yeah, no, when you actually had time to just spend an hour taking pictures and cropping them all out and just doing something cool.
Dude,
with
I
it.
remember doing shit like this. Do you remember doing shit like that? Where it'd be
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
names and like
yeah.
it'd like tell you what it. Don't mind the
Bro.
photo. And when like tell you like the names and you're like, dude, like
Trevor,
just a stupid Snapchat.
I still
photo.
do that, man.
You still do that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Have you been getting a crazy amount of recommended posts on Instagram of the Instagram's newest scam?
And that is.
What's
Hey,
Instagram's doing scam?
Where the fucking people, they post like your first at is blah blah blah, your second at is blah blah blah.
Oh,
your
buddy.
third-
Oh, dude.
So and
I hate those so much.
That's been around, bro.
yeah, but recently it's getting really bad. Like every post in my fucking recommended is just that shit because
They have been pretty bad recently.
Because accounts they get boosted just from clicking the share button. You don't even have to send it to them. Just from clicking it,
Really?
they get boosted. So
I didn't know that.
So that's why there's so many now. Every time you click share, that it gets boosted. So that's why there's so it's crazy. Like I'll just be scrolling through Instagram and I'll get to the like little check mark and it's like, oh, you're all caught up, and then it just starts showing posts recommended for you, and it's just those fucking 8 times in a row. I'm like it's bad. It's really bad.
The
Yeah,
Instagram like ad scene is just so bad with all the bots. Like especially like it used to be like, you know, but like I feel like every single meme page now just you scroll a couple times and it's just like an ass photo. I was at work and I was just scrolling
That's-
on my phone.
It's based on what you look at, so
Yeah, dude. The Instagram algorithm.
like
No,
I
no,
can
no,
tell
it-
you right now, I don't got that many ass pics on my Instagram.
No. It's not that. It's the meme pages.
it's the meme
I follow.
pages that post OnlyFans.
That's,
ads.
That's what.
That's
the
what-
ads.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
what I started this with.
Sorry.
That
I was
being
grabbing
said,
a drink.
We might
I
post
was
some ads on
happy.
the official Pisspit account.
What?
We might post some ads on the official Pisspit account.
Yeah. Some
Some
titty ads.
OnlyFans
Not
ads.
no, our own ads promoting ourselves. We're not
Oh.
promoting OnlyFans.
But like I
models.
was just
Fuck
scrolling
that.
one day, and my boss looked over and he's like, he just out loud. The restaurant's quiet, and like there's a couple even said, "Trevor's looking at tits," like just as loud as he can. And I'm like, dude, and I'm like trying to explain to him. He's like, nope, I'm telling everybody, and he told everybody. I got made fun of for a month.
Oh, boo.
Oh my
no.
A month,
Speaking,
Oh.
speaking
which
of
is pretty good for how much I get made fun of there. A
speaking
month?
of you at that
take
job, there was one
Fuck.
day where the boss he told everyone in the front that it was Trevor's birthday. It wasn't Trevor's birthday. He just told everyone that, and not a single person said happy birthday to him.
To be fair, this is when I only worked there for like 3 months.
Trevor, nobody loves you. I think.
No, I know. I know.
nuts.
Actually, it was really cool. One time, my boss, he made me, because I worked on my birthday. I think it was my 19th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It's my 19th birthday.
How do I look?
And I wasn't
You
too
look great.
upset, but like I worked my birthday, and he made Charlie go out and get like stuff to make homemade like caramel sauce, and made me a brownie at the end of the night with like a candle. Or not? Was there a candle? He put a candle on there.
Yeah,
Put a candle on there and said happy birthday, and I
Made
almost
a
cried.
Homemade caramel bourbon
Homemade
sauce.
caramel bourbon sauce for me, and
You are loved.
by him. By him.
That's all you need, though.
Yeah.
Do you want more? Like, why are you not grateful,
Yeah.
grateful for what you have?
No, I want more.
Yeah, you know why you're not loved there? You called one of the servers a fat fuck on your last day.
Because-
A woman. You called her
no.
a fat fuck.
That's
our
because
social media manager over there is cheering.
I felt so bad afterwards.
Social
dude.
media
It's
manager's
because
my wife.
when I'm close with people, I just say shit. So
Uh-huh.
I got really close with her, and so the last day she was walking away from me. It was my last day. She was walking out of the restaurant, and I was like, "Come here, you fat fuck." And the moment I said, I was like, "Fuck." And she looks at me and she says, "Fuck you," and walks away. And I'm like, "No, we're cool now. We're cool now. We're cool now." We talked about it, and I like heavily apologized and
Good.
said I'll make her all the free food she
That's
wants.
just verbal abuse. I'm
Yeah.
It is, and I felt
That's
so
on
bad.
you.
She's definitely one of those women that's like, she's not big, but she definitely like struggles with her own self-conception of her weight. Like she's at that like mid-range, so it was like even worse, you know?
Yeah.
It's like This guy has no consideration.
Fuck you guys.
So I said grateful, and it reminded me of something. I want to talk about materialism and what you guys' opinion on that is. So
Don't make me ramble.
Stop
I want
hitting.
you to rant. This is one of them rambles. Me and Daniel were talking about this on the chairlift today, and I just bought a new car a couple months ago, and I've been kind of unhappy with it because it's a newer car. It's 2019, but it doesn't have all the slick features that it really should,
Doesn't
and
have heated seats.
doesn't have heated seats, and that's.
Anyways,
I'm being distracted.
Bro's getting made fun of right now.
I'm getting made fun of for
dude.
Can we fire this social media
this
manager?
social media manager is more distracting than socially mediating. So, I'm just like, I paid so much for this, and it just isn't everything that I want. And
It never will be.
It never will be. But I'm in a position of where I can get a newer car, and I can get a nicer thing. But what stops me is, and me and Daniel talked about this, is if I keep chasing that newer car, I'll essentially never be happy because I'll just want a better, nicer thing
100%.
here and there, and and forever on. And so what stops me is I'm just like, okay, it's a good car. It gets me from point A to point B, good gas mileage, and that's really all I need.
I had the same exact mental debate with myself, with exactly the same with a car. I drive a Subaru, and it's a great car.
Mhm.
It gets me point A to point B, and my check engine light came on, and I didn't want to pay to repair it, so I was like, I'm gonna buy a Lexus because I have the money for it, and I was like, for a while I was like, yes, I'm buying a Lexus, I'm buying a nicer car, but same thing. I know after I get that, after a month or two, I'll want the next best thing.
Another, yeah.
And so I feel the same exact way. And we live in a very material world.
Yes.
And I think that's why so many people live paycheck to paycheck or are so unsuccessful, because it's not that they're making enough money, it's that they're spending more than they have.
earn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important to you said it well. You said it's
What did I say?
important to be happy with what you have, not what you want.
Yeah. Focusing more on what you have and not on what you want.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you have a car.
I have a car.
At the end of the day, you have a car.
I have a car.
So, and my car,
I don't have a car.
you do have a car.
Well, he didn't mention it to me.
Trevor, you were in the bathroom. I don't want to hear it. My car, for everyone who is listening to this that knows me in the flesh, I have a
She's a thing of beauty.
beautiful,
Let's
beautiful,
put that out there.
beautiful fishbowl, weird turquoise, teal, green, blue, crashed
Camry
the
LE.
fuck up, no bumpers,
So, base
dim
model.
headlights.
You got the hubcaps off too. So
I know
you're
we're not advocating for the material world, but you got to get some window tint. Man. You got to get some window
agree.
tint.
All right, you got to get a new car. We don't got to get new cars. You got to get a new car. No, but and I'll tell you guys, I was looking at a. So Nathan, that I've been wanting I want a black car.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I have a black car. You want it?
Nope.
Let me just say, black cars are impossible to deal with.
Dude.
Keeping clean.
Dude, I have a white
I
car.
don't care.
and
I
it's
do not
worse.
care. I
It's
want a
got
black
gold
car.
rims.
Black cars, they look clean as color, but it's
When they're
impossible
clean.
to be clean. Yeah.
When they're clean.
Okay. I wanted a black car, and I've been really liking the newer Honda Civics. I found a 2018 Honda Civic because so with my Toyota Camry, the whole reason I wanted it was because reliable
Gas mileage.
gas mileage. Those are the only two things that I really cared about.
100%.
She's at what? 214,000 miles right now.
And she'll keep kicking until
like
350.
230. Like she's up
230,
there.
and she's running.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, she's wonderful.
She's running.
Yeah. So I was looking
Dude,
at
we
this.
need to get your car in here so you can see how much you're praising her.
So I was looking at this black 2018 Honda Civic, 80K miles, 12 grand.
Really?
Was that
Yes.
was that the one with the salvage title though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't buy that.
That's
Ugh.
what
I know.
Yeah.
But I was so like about to get this car. I called my bank and I was like, "This is my credit score. I'm looking at this car. What would a loan payment cost me for this?" Like I was about to get this car, but then I don't need it. I have a car that gets me from point A to point B, but there's also it's also because I've been so locked in on trying to save money and think about my future and stuff like that. If I had the money and I didn't really care, would I have bought the car or still would want to go on and buy another car? Probably. But at the end of the day, I do not need a new car.
Exactly.
I'm not very happy with the car I have.
But it marks all the boxes that you have for a car, like that you want for a car.
Yeah. Reliable, gas mileage.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yes, it looks like shit. Yes, everything that's wrong with it.
I
little dirty.
I hate people that judge people on how their car looks. Like, oh, you have a shitty car. Oh, you. I don't want to talk to you. You're stupid.
Well, yeah, that's just society though. You're
That
just,
is society,
That's just
yeah.
how you're really trained to. You just judge people on their appearance, what they
Yeah.
drive, how they act. It's just materialism world, like Charlie said.
As humans, as a society, there's always that next goal to hit. It doesn't matter when you hit that goal, how you hit that goal, what
Yeah.
that goal is. There will always be another goal. You
Like-
buy that Honda Civic, then you're gonna want a 2024 Honda
Exactly.
Civic. Then you're gonna.
Exactly.
It's never gonna stop, and it's that pursuit of happiness. But it goes back to what you guys said, where you have to learn to be content with what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's such a blessing and a curse that humans are that way. Because if we weren't, we wouldn't be driven at all.
100%.
We wouldn't want to aspire to do anything better. But also because of
we
that,
just sit
we are
around and just do
never.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also because of that, we're never going to be 100% satisfied unless you come to this realization: do I need a new car? Do I need a bigger house?
It's really
Do I
it's,
need more money?
it's really about your mind. Like just
100%.
sit there and be like, hey, I'm happy with where I am actually.
Yeah.
Don't try to go above
Yeah.
and beyond.
But
yeah, but I think you got to be careful with that mindset because you don't want to limit yourself.
You don't want to
100%.
be too comfortable for sure.
You don't want to sit there and be like, say you're making $100K a year. Okay, I'm happy with my money, but you have the opportunity of growing and making
Don't let
200K a
opportunities go
year.
to waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to waste.
I wouldn't put that aside and be like, I'm happy where I am.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think if it makes sense to have that as a goal for you, you should take it.
What I'm talking about is like people that are putting all of their stress and energy into what they do not have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like you with the car thing, it's a good example because when would you be satisfied? This is why a lot of people
With
are
my
so.
Porsche 911 GT3 RS.
I think this is why people are so unhappy because
a goal set.
it's very commonplace. Like you said, we live in a very material world. We live on social media. Everyone's posting their new cars and their new houses. We see all this shit all the time. So everybody thinks that this is a measurement of success and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, that is never going to fulfill you.
Well, and
You're
it's
always going to want a better car. You're always going to want a bigger house.
Yes.
it's so much,
especially
it's-
if that's just how you've wired your brain. That's just a limitless and endless staircase that you're
Yeah.
always going to be climbing up. You're always going to be unhappy because you're never going to have what's going to make you happy because you're
Yeah.
always going to want more.
and it's so much harder in today's society because like you guys said, like you got to find that perfect balance. You got to have that drive.
Well,
But
a big thing is social media.
yeah, that's what I was
That's
getting
where you're going.
to.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean
like,
to jump
to-
ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Today's
you,
society comparative to like when our parents were growing up our age, you see everywhere the next big thing, what the next person has, and we're always comparing ourselves to other people and even people who are older than us, and it's not a fair comparison
Yeah.
Because especially with like Instagram and TikTok and whatnot, people always post the best of their lives. You
Yep.
never see the downlights. You always see the highlights.
Yeah.
I think,
And
yeah.
It's so hard to see that and not compare yourself to that as a human. It's always going to happen, but we need to learn to be able
to differentiate that.
Exactly.
It's poison to the mind, man. I mean, looking at that all the time, it's very natural for humans to want to compare things like that, right? But you know,
Being
You've heard-
surrounded by this comparison.
yeah, you heard me say comparison is the thief of joy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're,
That's
I
beautiful.
stand by
Whoa.
that.
That's
If you're-
beautiful. That's
if you're-
beautiful.
if you're constantly looking at all these people with the dream body, the best house, the hottest wife,
Fastest car.
you just cannot put your measurement of your happiness and your contentness in life on things like that.
Well, and
It'll destroy you.
those people they feel the same way as you do. Like they're looking for the next best thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that they have the hottest wife, the fastest car, the biggest
Yeah.
house. They want the next biggest house, the next hottest
Yeah.
wife, the next
Yeah.
fastest car.
I think in a broad scope, I think the key to being happy is to be grateful.
Yes.
For sure.
I think
100%.
it's been said a lot, and you shouldn't be chasing happiness. Because
Happiness will find you.
happiness is just an emotion you feel. It's not something you know. You
Have you guys seen Inside Out?
Dude.
Trevor, don't
we're
bring the
having
kids'
this
movies into this.
crazy deep conversation, and you're just like, have you seen Inside Out?
Yeah, we gotta keep
Have you
it
seen Kung Fu
lighthearted.
Panda 4? You know Kung Fu Panda
Keep-
4 is beating Dune 2 in
Keep
the
going,
office right
Nate.
now?
Hold up.
It is
Keep
not.
going, Nate.
You're
Hold
full of
up.
shit.
No,
dead ass.
That it is. Keep going, Nate.
Okay.
Keep going.
I think happiness is an emotion. Happiness. is
Shut
an-
up back there.
It's essentially an outcome of your actions, and I think you should be chasing, like Daniel said, grace and peace, and just finding that inner self of yours, and really being just at peace of what you have and what you have done.
Yeah.
It's when you put it in the words, it sounds so easy, but for some people, it's really hard.
Yeah,
It's
Like
very hard.
It is a
Very
genuine
hard.
for a lot of people. Yeah, it's a genuine. It is a mountain. It is a mountain. You're at the bottom, dude.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
100%.
And that's why, I mean, I don't know. I could ramble. I could ramble about like.
I want to hear it. Me personally, I want to hear the ramble.
Daniel,
got time.
I want you to look around. This is a podcast. Ramble.
You have a microphone.
You have a microphone in front of you.
I just,
Spit.
I mean, I'll just sum it up. I think this whole thing of gratitude, materialism, and social media is why depression, anxiety, suicide rates are the highest they've ever been.
For sure. And
It's
in a
Super sad.
less deeper note, it all ties back to social media.
Yeah.
Because you're so much connected to so much more connected to what's going on around you and other people's lives.
yeah.
And it all ties back to that. I mean, what suicide rates are probably up fucking, I don't know the exact percentage, but probably 20-30% what they were when our parents were our age.
Which is true, but I also think that like social media is definitely, I think, at least enemy number one, maybe two. I don't know if it's one above that, but also like more people are just more vocal about being depressed and about being
Yes.
in that
Yes.
mental state, like
Yes.
that would rather
That
be
is
hidden.
a huge. I think people that share that and then think it's okay to be that same way with them. Oh, he's the same way, so I'll just be that way.
Yeah.
And never really get out of it. That's what kills it.
You know what I'm gonna say right now?
Oh God,
What's he gonna say?
what are you gonna say?
Misery loves company.
Ooh,
People love to just be sad together. Why do you think people like sad music so much? People like to just sit around
It
and be
it
upset,
comforts them.
look at their fucking depressed TikToks all the time. But that is not helping
I hate
you.
depressed
It's not helping you. When you're
They're
sad,
stupid.
when you're sad and you talk about how sad you are and you listen to sad music and you're looking at all these other people on TikTok that are also so sad and talking about how sad they are,
it makes you feel
It
comfortable.
It
being
makes
sad.
comforts
you feel
you because
comfortable.
you're not alone.
but it is
Which-
not helping you.
Which is good to make you feel like you're not alone. Like that is amazing. But it makes you feel comfortable.
just-
It makes you feel like, oh, okay, I can be
It's
sad.
okay to be sad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which
I'm-
it is okay to be sad. It is
Yeah,
okay
But it's
to be
not
sad.
okay to be okay with being sad.
It's not okay.
Yes.
You shouldn't.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Just be sad and be like, oh, I'm just sad. Everyone else is sad. That's okay. No, fucking get off your ass and do
fucking
anything.
work out, start a business, do something productive.
Start a podcast.
Start
Start a
podcast.
podcast. Stay gooey. Hashtag gooey fit. I don't
Hashtag
know.
gooey fit.
Whatever it is.
I think some of like the worst things though is that when people are fake sad and
They
fake
want
depressed
attention.
to get attention and to get to
Attention
join
seekers, yep.
because they feel like they're not a part of something. It's like, oh, what should I do? Oh, I'm gonna listen to Lil Peep today and put on Bother Me. you
Well,
know?
those people they
Like,
want to be a
fuck
part
you.
of
Bro
every
loves
group,
Lil
not
Peep.
just
It's
the
that-
sad group. They
it's
want to be a
that
part
whole-
of every group.
It's that whole
Yeah.
quote of, weak men make hard times make strong men make easy times,
Easy. Yep.
Yeah, it just goes
That was
back
beautiful.
to that. It's just, you just sit there and you just have all these weak men that just can't put their foot down and actually start something. Which it's
Don't start fucking talking about men.
it's
I swear to God.
I want it's
Where's
you
my
know,
vape?
a blessing and a curse, because you need the bad times to make the good men. If you don't have the bad
Hey,
times,
man, this is what we were just talking about as well. Like people that are super successful that a lot of people look up to, they
Yes.
went through horrible shit.
it's just, it all ties together. But that's pretty
But
much all I was saying.
the
Actually-
biggest thing is that it is also like be strong, be a man, put your foot down, but it is okay to be vulnerable
I agree.
around the people that you feel like you can be vulnerable around. Like you can't just post online. Like there's fucking people that post on Snapchat. They're like, "Don't hit me up today. I'm so sad."
Oh, I fucking hate myself.
I don't fucking care.
If you know, if you
I
know.
don't. I don't care because I'm also struggling with my own shit. But I'm not gonna post and be like, "Dude, I hate my life."
I think
I
men-
used to.
men are-
used to.
Yep.
Yeah, we
I grew
know.
up.
We know.
We know.
Oh yeah.
I think
I grew
men are
up.
put in a position of where
I was a boy then.
they're shown that it's
Still
okay
are.
to be
Kill yourself.
to react emotionally like women do, and so when they do, that's just they're acting just straight, because men are supposed to be level-headed and just action, move forward, and women are the emotional, think about everything
We're
too
supposed
much.
to be the head of the house.
That's why relationships work so well, because you have the 2 and 2.
Yep.
The yin and yang.
Yep.
And so when you bring in all this social media and you get these aspects of it's okay to show your emotions, it's okay to be a vulnerable man.
Yep.
That's where men get confused.
Okay, Daniel.
And that's also what it ties into failing relationships, because you have a feminine man and a feminine woman, and you can't have this negative. It's just, it has to be a happy medium, and that's
Everybody has
I
their
was
own
emoting my ass off. Nate, you are just speaking from my heart right now, bro.
this. If for you, the guys that don't know, me and Daniel are best friends,
found
and
it,
we
you did.
basically we read each other's minds. So
Bro, so there's a beautiful thing called masculinity and a beautiful thing called femininity.
I love it.
And for millions of years,
I
these
love
two
this guy.
things have come together and worked in harmony. And now, what we tell women, you're just as good as a man. Just be a man. You don't need a man. What we tell men, dude, it's okay. Fucking, yeah, don't do anything with your life and just be sad and express your emotions. And I'm not saying don't express your emotions. It's not what I'm
That's
trying to say
not
at
what
all.
we're saying.
But what I am saying,
Just don't express your emotions.
no,
Don't
what I-
express any emotions.
What I am saying is, when you put two magnets together, one side of them works, one side of them doesn't work. One side of them magnetizes, attracts. One side of them,
Attracts.
what's the opposite word for attracts? Doesn't attract. Yeah. So, I will bring up a good Sebum quote. I'm not going to quote it exactly. I'm going to paraphrase, but he said something along the lines of like, to be the best man you can be, you have to be in touch with your feminine side.
Yeah.
And I 100% believe that.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship, right?
Mhm.
And I
Really?
right, I know. I'm very, very vulnerable with her.
That's good.
But I also know that I also have to be her rock. when she comes to me with her issues, I can't start running off the walls with mine. Because at the end of the day, I think, I mean, maybe
Her
this goes back
emotions
to,
matter more in that case.
yeah, I mean, maybe this goes back to just my personal opinion. Like, as a man, you have to be the rock for your woman.
Well, that's not only just because you're a man. That's also because you love her, because
Yeah.
you care about her,
Yeah.
you value her. That
course.
is also because of love.
Of course. But there's a lot of emotions that you shouldn't act on, I think. Whereas
Yeah.
with women, I'm not going to dive into the menstrual cycle thing.
No, I want you to.
I want you
I
to.
was,
Okay.
yeah.
You want me to?
Your day
Go-
30 fucking...
Day 30, you've heard about this.
Yeah.
You've heard
Oh,
about
yeah.
this.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
This has been our thing. This has been our thing.
Okay. Rachel, if you're listening to this, don't listen to it. So,
Stop.
women.
Turn it off.
There was this video.
And that's Piss Pit, everybody. All right, continue.
All right, thanks very much. So there was this video that Mr. Z showed Nate and I regarding the
Mr.
Big
Z.
Z, actually.
I thought you were talking about a high school teacher, dude.
Big Z.
regarding the menstrual cycle. The video was titled "What Men and Women Need to Know About the Menstrual Cycle," and what it tells us is that with each phase of the menstrual cycle, women work within their menstrual cycle because they're women and they have periods and they can give birth, right? And she clearly states that men operate on a day-to-day basis. So a man every day is going to be pissed off, is going to be sad, is going to be super happy, super hyper, super angry. A woman
It
is going
said
to
something
have
about men go through like all the emotions in, what was it, 15 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah. So women will have 1 or 2 days of high energy, creativity, joy, a week of low self-confidence, maybe feeling a little antisocial, less outgoing. And I just think that knowing that, it's not even a part of like... A lot of women like to view viewpoints on this as like in some weird misogynistic, anti-feminist way, but it's literally just biology.
Yeah.
That women are gentle creatures. Women are a little more emotional than men.
For sure.
And so when you're a man and you're acting like that towards her, she doesn't have that. I don't know how to say this without sounding like a fucking dick, but she doesn't have that like consistent.
dog?
She doesn't have that gene to...
Yeah, she doesn't have that consistent level of emotions on
Yeah.
a day-to-day
Because
basis.
that's what works with
to
us,
deal with
us
that.
like
Yes.
with men and women, is that we're two different creatures.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Two different creatures.
Built
Yeah.
differently. From
Completely.
the same.
We're the same, but we have differences that complement each other.
For a
Yes.
reason. Yes.
For
Yes.
a reason.
You know, all men start as women
Fuck
in the womb.
Shut up.
It's like the
Charlie.
first thing I've said in like 15 minutes.
Anything else?
I don't know. If we start talking about men and women too much, this podcast might never end.
No, for sure, for sure.
No, yeah.
What are we at right now?
Are we good on time? Are you good? You guys good?
We're not an hour 12 right
I'm
now.
good.
Hour 12? That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
You
Hour
guys-
12 is
I'm good to keep rolling. Just
You
let me
wanna
go
keep-
pee.
Yeah. You
I would
wanna
also
keep
like to
rolling?
go pee again.
What are you guys thinking? I'm cool with it.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah,
good
I'm
time?
down. I'm down to just go until
Till
we
we
probably should
flop.
go.
All right, let's keep rolling.
All right. Dan's
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
go pee.
piss.
All right, go pee. You're good.
Okay.
Dude,
Let's have some little sidebars, huh?
that was crazy.
That was a good one.
That was good.
That was a good little talk, huh?
One of the biggest things that like really like ponders me and that I think about so much is death.
Okay.
I think about death so much, and the
Do
fact
you?
that like not in like the weird, like I want to die, but just like
The
The idea.
the
idea
idea,
of
the
death.
idea of
Yes.
death and the fascination of the human mind towards death.
Okay.
Like it is such a fascinating thing because we genuinely do not know. There are religious things that go on to it. There are scientific things that people say about death, but it's just none of it's concrete. None of it is like you can go up to somebody and be like, "You died. How was it?" And he's like, "Oh,
Well, yeah, I just
Yeah,
saw this and
I
this,
saw
and
this
then it was
and
pretty
this.
cool, but not that cool.
I think it's person to person. Honestly, I think when we die, we we like people say you'll relive all the moments in your life.
You-
I've heard
it's like
that.
it's like
I've heard
7
that.
seconds, right?
Yeah, like 7 seconds
Yeah.
where you relive everything.
Sure, they've
And
made a
I've
movie
heard
on
I've
that.
heard this really cool theory where it's like your life is just a constant repeat of your death. That's 7 seconds.
So we're
So-
living our 7 seconds
Right now, we'd be living our 7 seconds. Right now, we're dead. We already died. We're reliving our 7 seconds. Then you
That's
die
interesting.
again, and you relive that 7 seconds, which is a cool theory. But I don't think that's how it is. I think it's person to person. I think someone who is extremely religiously based, religiously valued, would
Daniel
would
just got
go
back
to,
and
would go to their theoretical heaven.
Mhm.
They would see God or whatever that may be. But as for someone who's not, they may be reincarnated as another human, as an object, whatever that may be.
I think one of the biggest thing is that. Sorry, I cut you
No,
off.
you
You're done?
keep going, keep
Okay.
Can someone fill me in real quick?
We're just talking about death.
We're talking about death.
Death and like
The fascination.
The
Fascinating
idea of
idea.
it, more or less.
the scientific facts, the religion. Like we're about to go balls deep.
I fucking love you guys.
So one of the
is
things
great.
is that one of Devin's exes, she quote unquote read my soul, as like a soul being. She's like, oh, witchcraft, right? She's like, oh, well, your soul is like blah 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 years
see one day?
old, and what's up?
I was asking for your water.
Oh, I got
Can I have a sip?
I haven't had any water. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Not to cut you off. Figured you could use the hydration.
Please drink water.
Please drink water.
Please drink water.
What are you?
But just like one of the biggest things is that
Water sponsor us.
like Aquafina.
Water, please.
How old your soul is. Like do you believe in that? Like that like your soul
Yes,
is
Master.
a thing and then that what?
Excuse me.
What? But like your soul is however old and then your body is whatever like that. Like do you guys believe in that sort of like
yeah,
So your soul is older than your body.
soul's older
because
than
your
your
soul
body.
keeps living on.
Yeah,
is what you're
you're-
saying.
Yes.
Okay.
There's
Yes.
I
a
haven't heard this.
there's a
so.
constant amount of souls. Like they're not an exact number, but let's just say there's like a billion souls, and when someone dies, that soul takes place of another human, a newborn human.
Like they
Oh.
don't remember anything of their old body, but like you kind of have the same characteristics.
And
Like,
that's where deja vu comes from. Your soul realizes that I've experienced this before. I've been here before.
That's.
But
I'm kind of fascinated. I haven't heard this. I don't know if I truly believe that. Though.
I personally
yeah.
don't believe it. But
I don't
this
believe
is
it
the soul theory.
Okay.
That there's
yeah.
there's
So
a
we're
con-
just talking about this for no reason.
Well,
there's
no,
a-
because some
None of
people
us
would
believe it,
believe
but let's
this,
mention
and
it.
like, not saying that I don't 100% believe it. I believe it to a certain extent. I think that like souls, in a way, just because if you got to think about like doppelgangers and stuff like that from like past, like how somebody died and they looked exactly the same, and then like a year or two later,
I think that's just all coincidence.
somebody got born. It could be coincidence. It
I
could
don't
be.
think-
It's those fucking Instagram memes. Born in 1996, died in 1996.
Dude, okay,
welcome
no,
back.
that started getting crazy. That was like died, like it was like Prince Diane, and then fucking I was like Justin Bieber. Like
So,
no,
Trevor, are you scared of death? Is what?
of course.
Oh, I wanted to get to this. Everyone's scared of death. Every fear relates to death. Every fear that a human has
That is a great
comes
point.
back
the
to
darkness,
death.
That's
because
great.
you might die.
Yeah.
Darkness,
Fire.
No, darkness relates to the fear of the. I watched a whole video on this.
The unknown.
Darkness
Oh, this is
relates
awesome.
to the fear of the unknown,
Uh-huh.
and the unknown relates to death.
my
Spiders
God.
relates to the fear of poison, which relates to the fear of death.
Actually, no. Mine's. I don't like the way they look.
Trevor's
Heights
fucking
refer to the go
you.
to the fear of falling, which refers to death.
Okay.
Every fear that humankind
The
has
ocean.
somehow relates to yes, drowning, which goes
well,
to death.
well, we're hardwired to survive.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
are not hardwired to accept death.
So
we are
theoretically-
hardwired to
You're
negate
scared of
death.
death.
Yes,
Yeah.
every
Theoretically.
fear comes from death.
Okay.
Even if
Whatever
you sit
your
there-
specific fear is, it relates back to death.
And
That's
honestly,
interesting.
the most scariest person in the world is somebody that does not fear death, because they do not fear
Right.
for your life. They do not fear. If they do not fear death, they just it's the scariest person. They've lost everything. Because
and-
the thing that keeps us going is death. Is the constant fear that I need to do this before I die. I need to become something before I die. I need to do just have a purpose in life.
and the crazy quotation marks crazy people that have people that become murderers, people that kill other people. Those are people who are not afraid of death. That's why they become that way.
They
Wow.
accept death.
They accept death. Because in your right mind, if you're afraid of death, why would you give that to someone else?
Ah, wow.
I mean, think about all the people that shoot up a school and then kill themselves.
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, like,
that
it's
all
like
makes
okay,
sense. That's a good
there's
point.
that,
That's a good
and
point.
but there's also like the military. Like that's completely different. That is serving your country. That is not because obviously you kill people in the military.
Yeah.
Duh. But that's not them.
But the whole thing with military is like I would die for my country.
Exactly, it's completely different.
You're putting-
you would
you're
die
putting your
as well,
country's
and
needs
you
over
are
your
also
own.
scared.
Okay.
Like I'm watching right now. Me and Z are watching kind of me and him. We're watching Band of Brothers, and like it really shows just the fact that these kids are scared, but it's the fact that their country is weighing on their shoulders, so they're okay to kill other people because it is for their country. It's not that they're scared of death, or it's not that they're okay with death, and they're like, oh yeah, it's they're scared too, but it's their life or it's your life,
Yeah.
and it's rather be their life than your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I mean, when you're fighting in a war, you're not necessarily going out there because, I would
wanna kill
rather
people.
kill this guy than this guy
Which
kill
there
me.
are those people, and those are sociopaths.
no, those are people we should
Those
be
make
scared
great
of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's all about sacrificing, right? It's all about I am willing to put my life on the line for my country,
Yeah.
for everyone I love.
Which is crazy because it used to be such a patriotic thing to go into the military when you were young. Like the moment you turn 18, like I'm gonna go fight the war. I'm gonna go fight for my country.
Alex,
Yeah.
who got pepper sprayed
Alex.
fucking today? Oh my god!
All right. Well,
Alex looks beautiful.
We'll have
Can
to
we
cut
make-
that
can we make the-
out.
We gotta cut that out.
Can we, like,
gotta
throw-
cut that out.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
No. He said it was okay to say his name.
Yeah,
No.
but not relating to
Not his occupation.
Occupation.
Yeah.
Anyways, but like
Sorry.
I completely forgot where we're going because of the whole Alex thing. Like I just
Death and patriotic shit.
You were talking
Okay,
about
okay.
patriotic.
okay. It's patriotic when you're like in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s.
But that's when you would have to go to the draft. You have to go
Not
to the
even
draft.
the draft
and you
got
get-
abolished in the 60s, I believe. It's the 60s. So the
Was it?
70s and
No,
the 80s.
no. The draft is still active.
It's
It's
still-
draft
but-
is still active.
It is-
'cause
it is-
I had to sign a paper, and I was like, "Are you okay with going to the draft?" And
It
I was
is-
like, "I don't know if I'm okay, but I have to sign this paper."
As
So
a man that is of the age of 18 to 25, it is unlawful, not illegal, unlawful, to not be signed up for the draft.
Yeah.
yes. And then is it by 26?
By 26, you're good. You're chill.
You're good. Yes.
But like nowadays, like
you don't
I
have
feel
to
like
register.
And
going to the military, it's not like such like a prestigious award. Like people are like, okay.
It's like a lot of people view it as like, oh, you are not
You don't know-
smart.
you don't
didn't
know
go
what to do with your
college,
life.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
suck. So you enlisted in the military.
Yeah, like way to go,
Same with the trades.
dumbass.
Same with the trades.
Same with trades. Yes, no, same with trades.
Same with trades.
the same fucking
Trades
shit.
is the you didn't do well at school, you don't know much, and
Dude,
so you settled for the trades.
You have to be smart to go into the military and to go in the trades.
Yes.
It takes so much.
Yeah, especially like guys that run work, the way they have to process information and take into consideration every little detail. Tell you, kids in college that have their masters would not be able to
Would
do it.
not comprehend that. They'd be like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It's hard fucking work.
it relates so much to my job because, as everyone who's listened to this knows, I'm a striper.
Stripper.
And we get our plans from someone who got their master's, someone who went
Yeah,
to
your
college,
project
someone-
design, and
someone
yeah.
who never actually worked in the field. And there's
Oh my God, that
always
happens.
something wrong with it.
Yes.
There's always something we have to figure
Our
out
engineers,
on
yes.
our own because they never experienced it firsthand. They never realized what it's actually like. And the biggest thing for me as a striper is like when we're doing parking garages, our lines, they're 4 inches. Parking strips are 4 inches. And they'll create these plans
pretty big.
where
Huge.
where they'll just create the line. It's just a line,
Yeah.
and they won't have the space for a 4-inch line. And I'm rambling. I'm not trying to ramble, but
No, you're
it's
good, you're good.
Anyways, you
I just think that engineers that go into the work of laying out, trades work and trade jobs and stuff like that, they have to go through and have at least a year experience on the field.
100%. I
Because
agree.
same situation. I do gas line distribution or mainline gas work, and so we take big gas pipes and feed it to the city. There's been so many instances where we're looking at these drawings that the engineers drew up, and it just doesn't make sense whatsoever.
It just
It's
doesn't work.
We cannot dig this hole to fit this. We cannot dig this 4-foot hole to fit a 36-inch pipe.
Yeah.
And have 4 feet of clearance. It just doesn't make sense. So I think I just having hands-on experience helps so much.
100%.
And so many engineers just go to college, learn. They're smart. Don't get me wrong. They're smart.
They're geniuses.
They're genius, but they don't have that understanding of actual field work.
When they see it in person, it's completely different in person on the field.
100%.
Well,
There was a when I worked at Harbor, which is like a truck driving company. There was one of our bosses who would make the routes. So like this driver goes here, this driver goes there. She was never a driver. And that was like hella beef. Like everyone hated getting her routes because they just sucked because she didn't really know. She didn't have that hands-on experience.
yeah.
She's going off data.
Off the papers, off the 4 years that she learned in college.
Yeah.
But it's completely different when you're there. And it's the same in high school. I mean, what fucking calculus have you used since you got out of high school?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
It's the exact. It all comes down to the argument of like book smart versus street smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me, I'm not advocating on this episode to not go to college. College is great. You can get it.
Yeah.
College is bullshit.
Obviously, you have to
Trevor.
go through
I
your
believe it,
fucking
100% college
fucking
bullshit.
school debt, but you can start making way more bank than you could ever make through the trades. or
College is
whatnot.
good if you know what you want to go for.
Exactly.
I guess. Okay.
No, okay.
I can agree with that.
That's my stance on college.
That's
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Don't go to college if you're not going to major in something.
If you just
Seriously.
want to
just
go
wanna-
to college straight out of high school just because you want to go to college, that's probably your biggest mistake.
No, 100%. No, that's real.
If you want to go to party too, like that's just wasting money. You're gonna be in debt and you have nothing. To
Don't get
pay
me wrong.
off.
You can make connections, you can network, and it can be a good time. But overall, your likelihood of getting a better job is not very high than if you were to like sit down and think about what you want to do, or maybe get a side job while you think about it.
My parents made a deal with me right when I got out of high school. It's either you pay rent or you go to school, you go to college. And
Classic.
I went to college, and it was just some online fucking trade school bullshit.
Yeah.
But it was like I went just because I didn't want to pay rent. I wasn't majoring in anything. I didn't want to be there. And after a quarter, I dropped out. It was like, and I wasted a bunch of my parents' money.
I never
because of it. It was-
understood that logic with parenting.
No, I think that's a great rule. Honestly,
You do? Why?
Because despite, either you go to school, right, and you find a passion in something, and you go for 4 years, and you get this right out of school. You get this $120,000 salary, whatever,
A month.
a month.
I'm going to college right now. If that's what you're offering.
That's the case.
Or you work, and eventually you're going to move out, and you have to pay bills. So
Yeah.
you can. How they looked at it, it was I'm learning how to pay bills, how to be an adult,
Yeah.
prior to having to pay
Debt.
$2,000 a month. It's like they only charge me $500 a month.
Solid.
So it's just like it's building that habit
Yeah.
of being an adult, because you can either go back to school and you can be a kid for another 4 years or however long you're in school, or you go to work, you're an adult. You're
Yeah.
18, you can still live at home, but you are an adult. You're in the adult world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're a young adult.
why are you not paying bills when you're in the adult world? you
I
know?
see it. Okay, I see it. Why do you not?
Imagine moving out. You never paid bills for your parents. You never helped with rent or anything. You move out, and now you have to pay $2,000 a month
It's
and
foreign.
you're like
every month.
What?
It's foreign.
So-
it's like, what are you doing?
So
like-
why do you not agree with that?
So-
Parenting style?
If your parents believe that when you turn 18 that you're an adult, so now you have to pay bills to them to prove that you're an adult, or to condition you to being an adult, is that not them parenting you?
No, I don't think that's not them parenting you. I mean, obviously, we all grew up in different ways. We all had parents who raised us differently. I think it's more of it's trying to prepare you for what to expect in the future.
That's what parenting is.
There's unless you decide to be fucking homeless and do drugs on the side of the streets in Seattle for
Are
the rest of
you
your life.
are you saying that you're an adult, but they're still parenting you?
Yes, I think if that's the way you want to approach it, like
That's what he's saying. He's saying
then
yeah.
if your parents are like, oh, we're trying to prepare you for the real world. You know, you're an adult
You're an
now.
adult, but they still parent you.
They are parenting you
Yeah.
because they are trying to prepare you for the real world. They're not just thrusting you into the real world. So what I think would be a better alternative would to be just letting you figure it out on your own. I think the best way to learn things is by failing. I mean, go get your own apartment and go miss a couple rent bills and get evicted. And you're gonna be.
You're gonna
like-
learn the hard way.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like what you're saying, and this actually goes back to a conversation that we had previously with the material world and realizing you don't need all that. And
Yeah.
I was gonna mention like baseball was a huge thing for me when I grew up, and like being able to lose and learn from that. Like losing was the best thing. Losing was better than winning because you can learn from that.
I
And
love that you're saying that.
It relates back
great.
to
That's awesome.
all this, and I love what you're saying.
I think sports when you're a young kid really learns you or teaches you a lot of like
way
responsibility.
it's way deeper than the kids realize
than
at
just
that time.
sports. It's more than just I won a football game.
I
I lost a
agree.
football
I
game.
absolutely
Ah.
agree.
I
But
think-
I think it's more so before we get back into that.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Sidebar.
I think it's more so just trying to build that habit. I like what you're saying, but if like what in my case, they're building that habit of having those monthly bills to pay,
Yeah.
so that doesn't happen. So
yeah, but I feel like there's ways. I feel
Dude,
there's
that was like a horror noise, dude. That was
Sorry.
terrifying.
there's ways of doing that in the first 18 years of parenting that don't involve taking your child's money that they clearly need.
I think I agree with what you're saying.
I
totally
really
see
like what you're saying. I totally
I
get
really
it.
hate what you're saying.
I,
Sorry, I
I
just
totally
wanted to
hate
get
it.
Trevor wants to
And I
participate.
think it's a different like if your parents they need that money to be able to pay rent because you're kind of a poor family. I'll be real.
That's a totally
that's-
different thing.
My parents they make good money. My dad he doesn't use the money that I give him every month for rent. He asks
Right.
me specifically for 5 $100 bills every month, and he just throws them in his safe, and he's got a stack of them in his
Yeah.
safe. So I it's not because he needs that money from me. He's just trying to prepare me, and I see what you're saying, and I think it's cool.
I see what you're saying as well. I just feel like
Both
mean,
points are valid.
I'm not a parent. I don't know how I would go about this, but I just feel like that isn't the best way to teach your kid how to be responsible and how to prepare them for the real world.
For sure. I'm agreeing to disagree.
I agree that throwing them into hellfire is better than
And-
conditioning them. in certain-
Helldiver.
Hellfire.
Earlier.
Hellfire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I know,
Z
I'm
just did the fucking salute.
We're
We're
both
playing tonight, right?
I think we're both definitely have a little bit of bias because
For sure.
my parents are the most Mexican traditional Catholic. Like
I
if they had
love your mom.
bro,
Oh my
everyone loves
Mom
my
God.
mom.
is wonderful. She makes great fucking tamales.
Yeah,
Your mom and my mom, like, they see each other in the store. My mom's like, I just saw Daniel's mom.
Yeah.
Isn't that
I'm like,
crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah. But she like if they had it their way, I would never leave the house.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's always going to be that bias towards.
So that's
your
where I'm
parents.
coming from.
Those are the people that raised you. Those are the people
Yeah.
that made you who you are today.
That's what's so
Yeah.
nice about, in a weird way, to being a human, is that we all have different, right?
Wow.
Me also being from Earth, you know?
Bro's human.
Bro might be human. Chat.
Bro's relating to us humans.
Chat.
I think this guy's from the planet Mars.
But no, I'm just saying, like, that's what makes us so unique, is that we all have different family experiences. Like, my family experience is way different from you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Your family experience is way different. Like, that's
Oh,
just
dude,
what,
we all have crazy different families.
right?
100%.
But we're all here right now.
But that's what makes
We're all
us
right
who
now.
we
But
are
that's
today.
why everyone's different. That's why it's so interesting to connect with.
That's why
different
if I
Yeah.
find someone that's the exact same as me, I'm like,
yeah, get away from me. You know.
nah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm like, I understand you for sure, but like,
Like there's
Opposites
obviously there's
Opposites
reasons
attract.
we're friends. There's reasons that we get along, but we're all completely different in our own ways.
Yeah.
I love it.
None of us are the same.
I
I
love
don't
these
think
guys.
Anyway.
I don't think any of us in this room have the same family life remotely.
Not even close.
No,
Not
no.
even close.
there a couple people.
The only thing that relates us all together is the fact that we grew up in this town, that we went to the
Yeah.
same school.
Yeah.
I've seen so many like TikToks that shit's like, like, what if we didn't sit next to each other in like the same class? What
That's
if we
so
didn't
real.
have the same
No,
class?
that's
Bro,
Everything
so
happens for a
real.
reason.
Everything happens for a
Dude,
reason.
you know I think about a lot, and this is something that we talk about sometimes, Nate. Is like, so we all went to Enumclaw Can I say that?
Yeah,
you can say that. Yeah.
I don't know what I can say. So we all went to Enumclaw. Nate went to White River, and Nate just started hanging around with all of us. I started bringing him around a couple years ago,
Yeah.
but we've all been hanging out for like what, our entire high school career.
Yeah.
So I always think like if Nate went to Enumclaw, would we be friends with him?
Oh,
I mean, I think okay. So
I don't think so. No.
So-
Nate was no
Yeah, that's what I was
jock.
gonna
at
say.
some
Nate was no
point,
football star.
at some point, it would have happened because you guys working out, right? That's what brought you guys.
Well, no,
together.
no,
we started at Taco Time. Is what our friendship
So
began.
exactly. So okay.
you
So
were
not
a football
working out.
star, then I would have known you because I was in
Star.
football for a second. Because I would have known you, and I would have been like, whatever. Because I was doing a whole bunch of drugs during football, so I was
Okay,
like one of those
well.
kids.
Well,
Yeah, Trevor does
despite
drugs.
despite that,
Allegedly.
the taco time still would have happened. You guys still would have gotten together, became friends, and then you still would have introduced him to the group.
Okay.
Even if you went to school, to our school,
Yeah.
and you had a prior conception of who this kid was,
Yeah.
eventually you would have gotten to know him at taco time, and it would have been the same experience.
I don't think it would be as interesting though.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure, because
Yeah.
you both would have had your prior conceptions of who each other were.
I think you're right. It just would have been. I think it would have been an interesting dynamic, like Nate coming to sit in the QFC lounge with us.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Like that,
I mean,
I don't think that would have happened.
no, that never would have happened. I mean, and it goes back to like when you introduced him to the group, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? You
Oh,
know,
I got
but like,
that a lot.
I
but like,
fucking
like,
hate this guy.
but like,
Who is
if
this guy?
if he was going to Enumclaw, if he went to our school, I would have been like, why the fuck are you hanging out with that
I'm-
guy? You know,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
'cause I
not
would've
even gonna
known him.
lie. I was so intimidated by Nate.
Oh,
No,
thank you.
With this fucking just muscly ass
I'll
shit,
take,
No.
dude.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I didn't know how to relate with you. I was like, oh,
no, I
No,
love
I'm like
you
the
guys. I
skinny
love
ass
you guys.
stoner dude. I was like, all right, hey.
I can agree to that with a I can somewhat agree to that because the first
stuttering,
time
he's so nervous.
the first time I
Nate, you gotta leave.
Girls a glazing gladiator.
the first time I hung out with Nate was when we played ultimate frisbee at the at the
Can we
field.
bring that back this summer,
and,
please?
And like
No.
at first I was extremely intimidated by him, and he was good, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? But then like I was playing good that day, I was just on my shit, and he gave me a compliment, and I was like, okay, this guy's cool. This guy,
Of
he knows
course.
what's up.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
If he wasn't cool, he wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, good boy.
I want to go back on that sports thing. That me and
Dude, that
Trevor
was
were
a
talking
fun
about.
summer. That was a really fun
That was
summer.
a fantastic summer, and I love that. I would love to bring that back.
Go back to sports.
I want to go back to
No,
the sports sidebar
just-
we're talking about.
Okay,
How you were saying my foot is cramping and I cannot stop it.
now you're good. Just stretch it.
You're good. I don't mind.
Yeah, glad it's not disturbing you.
I'm okay with that, Nate.
I'm about how you said that it's important to be in sports, and
It is.
I agree that you should, as a young kid, be introduced to a numerous amount of sports. Because I didn't start football until I
Well,
was in 8th grade.
could-
That and
yeah.
I did kiddie
Me too.
soccer and
Me
yeah.
too.
Sorry.
Dude, this fucking guy. But
I think it is such an important thing to be introduced to because it teaches you so much you don't think about at the time.
exactly.
Discipline, mentality, how to connect
And
with others, how to work with people.
So many kids these days are not like joining sports like for like the elementary school to middle school. Nobody's really joining sports
Mm-hmm.
because they're playing video games, which is fine. But the sports that brings you together.
Yes.
It's this team mentality.
Which it's also totally different than just going to the gym.
Completely.
Because gym, you're super isolated. The thing with sports is it's such a team aspect.
It's especially football.
Yes.
Football so much.
Football's such a team, collective effort. And if you don't all work as a team, you are not going to win.
Like one of the biggest things that it was in middle school, but we were running laps because that was my phone. That was my phone that just fell. We were running laps, and one of the bigger kids were really slow. Like he was really slow, and we all
Lineman.
took our chance to go back with him and have him be
Yes,
the leader.
we
and
did that
run
too.
with him. We ran slow with him so that he would be the leader.
Yeah.
Like it's that kind of mentality you can't get through like the gym or video games or stuff like that. Like it's just that coming together and just being a unit, a team.
We did
All
that
the
same
people.
shit. We did 50. It was, I forgot what they're called. It's just down and backs. But pretty much you ran to the 50 and you ran back.
Fucking hated those.
And we would do it in rounds of you have to go 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and so the receivers just obviously kick ass and do it. You have to make it.
What position were you?
Receiver and
You're receiver.
free safety.
I was receiver and outside linebacker.
Yeah. Oh no shit!
Yeah.
At your size?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I know.
He was a chunky boy back in the day.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was.
Okay.
He was a little chunky.
So we would do that, and you have to make it back in a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to go down and back in like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. And the lineman would always get caught behind.
Mm-hmm.
So receivers, running backs, all the other positions would kill it, and the linemen would always fall behind.
Right.
And I remember there was one day that everyone came together, and we all ran with them, just until they got it, until they beat that time. We'd probably ran down and back from the 50-yard line at least 20 times.
Right, but it was the fact that it was
Everyone
with the team.
together.
Yeah.
That made us through.
And then of course you have those couple guys that are like, I'm not fucking doing it. Like,
Yeah.
they run fast, but they don't get the same thing as being as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And did you do in high school? Did you do football in high school?
Yeah,
and shit?
all four-
did you go
4
to
years.
like the camp and stuff?
During summer, yes.
Yeah.
I never did like outside of school football, but
for
we
the
would
summer
always
camp.
do summer camps and scrimmages.
At
and
Central Washington?
No,
No.
I never went to those.
You never went to those?
No, we
Okay.
would just go to scrimmages like in Tumwater and whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like just those experiences, like being outside with your guys. Like,
Yes.
It's just a completely
The team
different
bonding.
experience.
I loved the bus trips going down to those foreign schools.
Yeah.
We went to that Seattle stadium that's like right on the edge of the water, and it has those stone seating. I don't know what college. It's some.
Yeah, what is that?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what
though.
you're talking about. I know exactly.
But
what
we
you're
went
talking
there,
about.
and it was just the coolest bus ride. Everyone was happy. Kicked ass that game.
Like people up in the back playing music
Uh-huh.
and shit, dude.
Dude, it was the same shit playing baseball in high school. I mean, we fucking like the bus rides to different schools.
Yes.
Man,
It was a
just
different kind of energy.
It was a different energy.
Because
That's
everyone's on
best
the
way to
same
put it.
page, and everyone's just there for the same objective.
We're all having fun, but we're like, exactly. There's an objective.
Mhm.
You know, like it,
Your goal is to win that game,
Yes.
without a
Everyone's
doubt.
getting
Even
hyped.
if you lose and you humble, but your goal is to go into that game and win, and to come out and to celebrate with your boys.
Yeah.
The guys that you fought, that you practiced with all week, that you've been game planning all week. It comes
Yeah.
down to that one game,
I
and
do
nothing will beat that, in my opinion.
during high school, because I played football all 4 years of high school, and I worked my ass. I was horrible freshman year.
Of course.
Sophomore year, I was skinny, 155, little guy. But I worked my ass off. All my summers through high school was just football. And come senior year, we go through it, and at the end of it, I'm just like, I don't like this sport. My coach was not the most intelligent coach.
What high school did you go to?
White River.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
So his play calls never benefited anyone. I never got good time as a receiver to really show my talent,
The shine.
the shine. And so we had our final game. We played Enumclaw, which was not our final game, but it was our second to last, and that was the game I was looking forward to because we didn't get to play COVID. I didn't get to play my sophomore year, so this was my only chance. We lost.
Yeah,
Very bad.
Very bad. Every time.
Every
But that was the make or break game for me, and I remember Daniel showed up to that game because
Oh, don't even.
because I
Think about that every day.
played my fucking heart out, and we lost. And after some stupid play calls, and I just was bawling, just crying because that's all I was looking forward to.
right.
It was nuts.
And then we had our final game. It was some stupid school, but I just remember after that game, I'm glad this is over. I hate this sport, and it's unfortunate I felt that way because I just put so much time and effort into that, and I never got to really take it anywhere.
Really take
But
it anywhere.
it came with lessons.
yeah.
And-
You learn those lessons on the way.
Yeah.
And they stay with you.
Yeah, I
sure.
do wish I was more grateful for where I was at the time.
Wow.
What are we at? What are we at, Charlie?
Yeah, we should probably end it pretty soon. We're at an hour 43.
Oh my
43.
god!
Yeah.
He
so-
doesn't want the podcast to be too long.
Well, we don't want to.
We're
I mean,
too good at talking.
hour 43. This is the longest podcast.
This is the longest episode.
longest episode.
I came into this fully expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me,
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. Me and Charlie were talking about. We're a little worried.
We're-
We didn't know what if we were gonna like able to talk.
Oh,
We,
Me
we
and-
said
me
we
and
said we
Daniel
said it was
will
either going to
perform.
be our best episode or our worst.
And I think this has been our
okay.
best episode. No, we're being honest. We're being honest with you.
No,
No, I
yeah.
can see what they're saying.
Let's,
Yeah,
no,
no, I
because let's
see,
be
I see.
real. Like as far as the friend group goes, we're not as close with you.
We're not.
guys.
Yeah,
100%.
you two and us two are probably the farthest ends of,
Yeah.
of the friend
So-
group.
I'll going into this. I didn't know how it's gonna go, but
I'm
This has
very
been
glad.
great. This has been an awesome.
has been awesome.
episode.
This is
I
awesome.
love this episode. This is probably my favorite episode.
We'll
now.
run it back.
Yeah, we'll run
it back.
I am fully.
We
open.
have plenty more to talk about.
We
plenty
have.
more.
I will bring more to the table. Let me
Me
tell
too.
you.
All right, so stay tuned for Daniel and Nate to be back.
Part
Part
two.
two.
Part
Part
two.
two.
Yeah.
Part
Yeah,
two.
but
We got to put part one on this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we had-
we'll come back. We'll come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
We're-
This was a good time, guys.
So when is this gonna be up?
Tomorrow.
this will be up by tomorrow.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
But with that, piss pit out.
Piss Pit out.
Piss
Chunky
Pit out.
cheese.
Thank you guys for having us.
9109.
Yeah.
9109.